Hey, it's James from the Clean Energy Show. I watched Saturday Night Live with Elon Musk last night. I talked about it on the podcast earlier this week that I was a bit nervous about it. I've been a comedy fan all my life. I've even worked professionally in comedy. But I was worried that he would be awkward and it would be difficult. I think the writers did a really good job incorporating him. They didn't overdo it. They wrote brilliantly for what he was capable of doing. And yeah, he's awkward. But you know what? You know who else is awkward? Movie stars. Not everybody can walk on to Saturday Night Live and nail it. You know, people who are very talented in front of a camera, musicians, sports stars, they don't always nail it any better than Elon did. And let's face it, the man is seriously Aspergered. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's thanks to that Asperger's that he is saving the freaking planet. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people just see him as a billionaire. And this Vanity Fair article, Elon Musk tries to be relatable on SNL. They just trash him. And it's like it was pre-written, you know? It was pre-written to trash Elon Musk. I understand that he's rich, perhaps the second richest person in the world, perhaps the richest. But he put everything on the line for us to electrify transportation. And, you know, the Paris Accord targets, he's not going to save the planet by himself, but where would we be without him? Would countries be banning ICE vehicles, combustion vehicles in 2030, 2035? Would they be doing that without Elon accelerating electrified transportation? Because all the other car companies are doing the same. They're 5 years behind, but this is what he wanted to do. He didn't want to sell Teslas to everyone. He wanted other people to realize that electric cars were good and usable. And he did that. And now everybody else is catching up, except for fucking Toyota. Fuck you, Toyota. You're so behind. I thought he did a fine job. And yeah, he was criticized for not being the first person to have Asperger's. Dan Aykroyd has Asperger's. Elon didn't write a word of that. Believe me, everyone wrote his words for him. He had some input, but, you know, he didn't write anything. So, it's not his fault that he didn't know that Dan Aykroyd had Asperger's as a child, was diagnosed as a child. And Asperger's is a spectrum. Elon and Dan Aykroyd, which a lot of people say I remind them of, maybe not today because of the hair. I just got up. But, yeah, Elon is on a different part of the spectrum than Dan Aykroyd. I'm a far more awkward part of the spectrum. So that's bullshit. So criticizing him for being a billionaire is fine, okay? But he's not a money-grubbing billionaire. And that's exactly what Vanity Fair said, the unbylined article, which I don't blame because fanboys are crazy. I'm not a fanboy. I have been open to criticize Elon all the time. When he talks about vaccines, when he talks about masks, he's full of shit. And he should shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm not one of those people. Fanboys will attack me. They will egg my house for saying stuff like that. What he did on Saturday Night Live last night was not that problem, okay? The episode was strained toward its laugh lines. Well, what's new for SNL? Not criticizing the show. I thought the show was funny. My teenage son, who is his comedy skills are honed on memes and TikTok videos and football and groin shit on YouTube, thought it was hilarious, except for one sketch. That's pretty good for Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he thought it was funny. Musk's SNL appearance seemed largely to be an attempt to fluff up his public image. Says who? Just the fact that he goes on the show? Just the fact that he was invited? Where are you getting this from? Why are you ascribing motivation when you have no idea what his motivation was? The guy's a fan of comedy. Is he funny? No. He's a fucking dad joke connoisseur, and he's not funny. I'm sure the cast members thought this guy who thinks he's funny, he's coming on, he's not going to be funny. Well, he did just fine. He did just fine under the constraints of Saturday Night Live, which is a difficult thing to do. Of course he's going to look terrible next to, people who are very good at sketch comedy, assumably the top people in the country right now who are on top of their game, and they've been around, most of them, on the cast. On SNL, he got to launder his ruthless profit-seeking with the detergent of likability. And if you think that Elon Musk is a ruthless profit seeker, then you're full of shit. The man has completely staked his wealth on the success of Tesla, which is the success of the world. Thank you very much. Tesla goes bankrupt, Elon goes bankrupt. He doesn't get $10 billion to walk away from. You don't know the history of Elon Musk and what he's done for Tesla. He put every penny into it, literally. Every penny into Tesla so that we could have a cleaner world that's not going to fucking die for our children. He's not a ruthless profit seeker. You know, making him likable on SNL will sell more Teslas. No, it won't. Even though safety concerns have cropped up around Musk's line of Elon's vehicles. Safety concerns with whom? The writer of this article? Did you know, writer of this article, that Teslas are the safest vehicle in the fucking world? Because Elon wanted them to be the safest vehicle in the fucking world, because he cared about people's lives. And they are. And yes, autopilot is going to do weird things as we go on the road to autonomy. And yes, battery fires do happen, but so do gasoline fires, approximately 1,000 times as much. For every battery fire in an electric vehicle, there's like 1,000 gasoline vehicle fires a day. Some people even die in them at the rate of like one a day. You're fucked. You're a fucking asshole. And it took 4 hours and 30,000 gallons of water to put out the fire. That's as much as it goes in my swimming pool. That would cost me about $38 where I live. Okay. People tried to, crash a car into a tree without doing proper safety things, and it's Elon's fault. He's making unsafe cars. It's incredibly irresponsible for a publication like Vanity Fair to state that. It's not good journalism, and it's completely closed-minded and to the actual facts. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't understand. I understand some people hate billionaires. I don't know much about Jeff Bezos. I assume he's a prick. Elon Musk is a billionaire. Different way of getting rich, different motivations. He wants to colonize Mars and profit while doing so. Yeah, that's not his motivation, getting rich by colonizing Mars. He wants to make money so he can colonize Mars, to put the money back into colonizing Mars. I don't fully agree with Elon's vision of colonizing Mars. I agree that we need a backup plan in case, something happens to our planet, but it's not likely because we'd be erased as a civilization. Probably. There'd probably still be a few of us to procreate, and I would be willing to do that myself. He has a baby boy with pop star Grimes, who is nearly 2 decades younger than him. Yes. This billionaire dates younger women and marries them, and he's an idiot. He's very much an idiot when it comes to romance. Not my concern. Saving the planet, my fucking concern. Your concern. He wants to shine because he is on a different level than the rest of us. His eyes seem to gleam with knowledge of it. Do they? You can have paranoid thoughts about what you see in someone's eyes. Don't write it in a fucking article in Vanity Fair, you fucking moron. This desperate need to be impossibly unique and wonderful seems to impress wide-eyed, tech-centric venture capitalists. Does it? Well, how about getting rich? I think that's what impresses them, is not Elon. Elon, it scares me as an investor for Tesla. It would scare me away from Tesla, just because he is eccentric. But he's also the reason why Tesla is Tesla and why it's doing, because he's bravely put everything on the line to get there. And his obsession with cryptocurrency, who cares? It's a sideshow. What Elon is doing is making cars that are safe, that will save lives, that have saved lives. Statistically speaking, a Tesla has saved countless lives already. You can even watch videos of Teslas driving themselves in order to save a life. And that's only going to get better every day. Every day that's going to get better. And already Teslas are the safest vehicles out there. Because he made them that way. Fuck you, Vanity Fair. You're full of shit. I'm James Whittingham with a frank op-ed. Listen to the Clean Energy Show podcast weekly, wherever you get audio. We talk about how the world is changing. We talk about Tesla, yes. Talk about everything else. Electric vehicles from other people. Solar, wind. The world is changing fast. Vanity Fair doesn't know that. We do. Listen to our podcast. Bye.